All right, what's up, guys? What's going on? It is week 2 that we're doing the variety podcast. It's always kind of awkward starting a stream when no one's here yet, and whatever you're saying, no one's actually going to see. But we're back. I'm in the same corner, but I've got the camera actually scooted back a little bit um, from where it normally is, and so I have a nice dresser. One thing I'm not good at with this channel is having a permanent place to like do anything. So I just kind of find a corner, and this is the same corner from last week. Just the dresser is more visible now. Oh, there's also a foldable table behind me. That's a cool thing. That's nice. I like that. So, anyways, this is week 2 of the weekly podcast I'm going to start doing. Just kind of talk about with you guys, especially since I don't really have much time nowadays, or at this part of the year, really, to work hard on any kind of video content and things like that. So I thought it would be nice to do these weekly podcasts so I can kind of talk to you guys about things that I didn't get a chance to talk about in any videos and just answer any questions you have about anything. So funny thing is that actually since the last podcast, the only video that's gone up is the Kentucky Flyer analysis for Kentucky Kingdom's new coaster coming next year. And that was it. So I think it'll be funny if there are weeks that I don't have time to actually work on any videos during the week, and so I just have several podcasts stacked on top of each other, and someone comes and sees the channel and they're like, is this just a podcast channel? Nope. I thought this would be good to do with you guys. So in the title, I kind of have outlined some things there are to talk about, really major news this week. But other than that, we can really talk about anything you guys want to. Just be sure to chat in that chat to keep the stream going. If no one chats in the chat, then I'll just talk about what I want to talk about and then leave. But as long as you guys are still in the chat, I'll try to stay up as long as I can to answer your questions and things like that. But it is a Sunday night, so you're gonna have to get some rest at some point to head on into the next week and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I thought Sunday night's a good time, which starting to unwind a bit and chill and kind of see what's been going on this past week. So Philip, let's talk about Mario Party. He says, "Yep." So Mario Party came out on the Switch this week. And Nintendo's obviously pretty excited about it because if you go to their website right now, the only thing there is just the giant Mario Party banner, completely replacing all the other banners on the website. And what's funny is it says "Let's Party" and throws confetti, and then the Super Mario Party logo and the links and stuff pop up on the screen after that. But the funny part is it's not formatted right for cell phones, or I think they fixed it now. But when the game first came out, the banner wasn't properly formatted for cell phones. So while that worked on the computer, on the cell phone, it would throw confetti, say "Let's Party," and then just get stuck. So the entirety of Nintendo's website on mobile for like a couple of days was just "Let's Party." And it's like, okay, what are we partying? I mean, I figured it was Mario Party because I knew what was going on. But someone looking at Nintendo's website for the first time, like, what the heck is going on? But anyways, Mario Party came out. I've been pretty darn busy this week, hence why I haven't had any videos since like Monday. So I have not looked at any reviews of the game yet. I looked at a little bit of gameplay, just maybe like 15 minutes or so of gameplay since the game has come out. But I think we knew a lot about this game before it came out. There weren't really much of any surprises. I'd say the biggest surprises are really like kind of how the menu is set up, the main menu. Other than that, I think we kind of knew how the game modes worked and stuff like that before the game even came out. So that was cool. Philip, I pre-ordered it the day it was revealed, and I was wondering if you would be getting it. Yeah, I think you asked me that before. I'm planning on getting it at some point, but I'm going to get Smash Bros. First, and I think Mario Party is next on my list because I have enough single-player games I haven't finished. I finished Super Mario Odyssey, but I haven't gotten to the 100% completion stage on that yet. I still got to work on Breath of the Wild. So I guess I'm just having some more multiplayer games to play with the friends come over. That'd be a fun thing. But anyways, yeah, Super Mario Party I think is the next thing I want to get after Smash Bros. But the other thing is I'm putting most of my cash influx into the fund for a new computer for the channel. So better for video editing and streaming and things like that. I know as the viewers, you probably don't understand how any of this stuff works, but it is very hard to do what I need to do on this channel on a MacBook Air, which I have right now. So I'm trying to upgrade to a MacBook Pro with like 6 cores Not the completely ramped up model. I don't have that much money, but it's kind of hard just to save up for what I have. Philip, no, not Smash. Haha, no, just get whatever you want. It's not my moolah. Yeah. The thing with Smash is like I like Smash Bros, but I'm not like a Smash Bros fanatic. I think it's fun. I played on my 3DS occasionally. The reason I want to get on the Switch is because Smash is the game that everyone, at least people my age, there doesn't seem to be a large age like range of Smash. It's like a very tight, but I'm in the very tight age range where everyone knows what Smash Bros is. Even people that have never heard of Nintendo know how to play Smash Bros. So that is like the multiplayer game to have. If you go to anyone's house to hang out or anything, they've always got Smash Bros. It's usually Smash Bros. Brawl, just because everyone has a Wii and doesn't really have anything else. But it's always Smash Bros. So having Smash Bros. On the Switch and being able to take it with me anywhere, play with my friends at different places, that is going to be pretty cool. And that's mostly why. If I'm just playing by myself, I'll just not buy the Smash Ultimate and just keep playing the 3DS version because honestly, I don't really care about all the new characters and all that fun stuff. It's definitely an added bonus for purchasing for me, but it doesn't move me to purchase. What moves me to purchase is having Smash Bros. On the Switch. And that's why I feel like a lot of the buying power behind the Switch is just the fact that things are on the Switch and not necessarily updates to the game, which is why the Switch gets so many ports. Even Nintendo's own games just get ported. Yeah, back to Super Mario Party. That's an original ground up game. The best part of Mario Party that I saw this week was the title screen music. It's like this really sick like saxophone solo with this really nice beat. It's on point. Nintendo is like almost always on point with the music in their games. It's just awesome. Absolutely love it. Good job, Nintendo. Good job. All right, cool. I'm looking down at my phone, just FYI. Have that in my hand. But anyways, yeah. Title screen, Super Mario Party is awesome. The music, it's funny because it starts out with like this kind of like party music, and it sounds like it's about to drop the bass. And right when it's going to drop the beat, or I don't know what they call it. Anyways, right when you're about to get that sick beat drop, it just switches to a saxophone solo, which I think is actually amazing, to be completely honest. I'm not, I am a pretty big music person actually, but I'm not a big like modern music person. I like music. I like, but when I say I like music, I like video game soundtracks and movie soundtracks and stuff like that. Um, if I like any pop music, it's like older pop music. All the modern pop music, all the rappers, stuff like that, it just gives me a headache. I hate it. Like every time I turn on the radio and hear like a rapper, I'm just like, how do you make money? Because I could literally do the same thing you're doing right now. You have no musical talent or skill. We got way off topic. We just went from Mario Party to rapping. Philip, I know, right? The music is incredible in Nintendo games. Just look up Zan Partisan Boss Theme and you'll see what I mean. What is Zan Partisan? I don't know. I don't know what game that's from, but pretty much all of Nintendo's music is always on point. At least since the Wii. Even if you go all the way back to like the NES and GameCube, it's always on point. Oh, Kirby Star Allies, yeah. I've heard that's a crazy big game. Not necessarily because apparently Kirby Star Allies, from what I've heard, it's pretty easy to beat the game, but to 100% complete, there's a lot of stuff to do. But then I've also heard it's very repetitive as well. So, probably looks weird. I keep looking down at my phone and you're just like, dude, what are you looking at? Stop looking down. I'm just going to set my phone on the floor. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, I'm actually gonna look that up right now. What is it? Zan Partisan. Probably pronouncing that wrong. Pronunciation is never my strong suit for anything really. You like Kirby Star Allies more than Super Mario Odyssey? That's pretty crazy. Super Mario Odyssey is a game that on the first maybe the first hour or 2 hours you play it, you're like, this is amazing. And then after that, you're kind of like, this is genuinely okay, But I mean, it's still fun, so I'll keep playing. Then once you beat the game and you go back for the 100% completion, you're like, this is the stupidest concept for a game ever. Just funny how your opinion changes as you play through that game. But yeah, I definitely recommend Super Mario Odyssey to anyone that's not played it because, like I said, for that first hour or two, it is absolutely amazing. And even after you start to get sick of the main gameplay, I mean, I think the graphical style is completely on point. And as with all Nintendo games, music is amazing. But it was just the graphics for me for Mario Odyssey. You can tell a lot of time and effort was put into that, and it's just a really nice completed product. Let's see, Kirby Star Allies. Yeah, anyone who just came on the stream, which I don't think anyone did, but if anyone did, they're probably just like, who the crap is this guy? Why am I subscribed? What in the actual world? This is what in the actual world. This is what's going down right here. 100%ing Odyssey was a pain, says Philip. Yeah, I'm nowhere near that. I don't actually know how many hours I have logged on Odyssey. Um, Here, give me like 5 seconds. I'm gonna go grab my Switch. It's like on the other side of the room. I will be right back. All right, let's check this out, just for fun. Man, I need a new webcam. I need a new area to do these streams in. I'm just using the webcam built into my computer. I need to get like an actual webcam. I said that last time too. Where are my game hours? I've put 35 hours into Super Mario Odyssey. Let's see, Philip. You've put in 115 hours. Is that how long it took you to beat it? That's like almost as much as all of my games. The only game that I have more than that on is Splatoon 2. I think I'm like 125 into that game. But that's just from spamming through multiplayer battles and Splatfest and things like that. Which I haven't actually checked this out yet, but I've heard that apparently Splatoon 2 got some kind of like holiday makeover type thing where like Inkopolis Square is decorated all Halloweeny and stuff, which sounds pretty cool. I just saw it in a Nintendo news article. I haven't actually looked it up yet because I want to save that like surprise, if you know what I mean, kind of for myself. I'm really like it when games update and change like scenery and things like that and have special events for the holidays. I absolutely love that. So when I heard they were doing that with Splatoon 2, I was like, yes. But like I said, I haven't looked it up yet because I don't want to be spoiled. I want to just be able to, whenever I have time, open up the game and see it myself. But speaking of which, I'm actually probably going to do that on a recording just to kind of talk about that and how much I like it when games do the Halloween and a lot of themes like that. So, yeah, so that'll be cool. I'm definitely going to probably record some point this week me reacting to Inkopolis Square decked out in the Halloween stuff. But like I said, I'm not going to look that up on right now. I just want to be surprised when I see that myself. I would love Animal Crossing. I probably would actually, because I was never quite sure if the gameplay of Animal Crossing really appealed to me. And I played Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and I know that is not a very accurate representation of the Animal Crossing series by any means. It's completely set up as a pay to win type game, which Animal Crossing in essence is not. But still, I think I got a feeling that I would actually like the gameplay in the Animal Crossing game. And so changing seasons and stuff, I feel like that'd be pretty cool as well. I always thought it was cool in Pokemon games back on the DS was most of the Pokemon I played. But back when I played the Pokemon games a lot, I always thought it was cool when like at night the sky would turn dark and you would see the cities all lit up and stuff. And there were certain events that were triggered, like in Pokemon Black and White, I think there is a drawbridge, and on Friday night there's like a gang of bikers that would, motorcyclists that would ride in circles around that bridge, but they only did that on Friday night, and it was that kind of thing that I thought was so cool with the Pokemon games, that every time you, just depending on what time you played the game, something completely different would be going on. Um, and that whole feeling was completely ruined when people figured out you could just change the time to Friday night, even if it's a Tuesday morning, and still see the bikers. And I'm like, no, that defeats the whole point. The whole point is that it's a different experience depending on what time of day you're playing. Pocket Camp is not liked in the Animal Crossing community, Philip says. Yeah, I can imagine. Yes, in essence, I like Pocket Camp in essence. Out of all these smartphone games I play, I probably play Pocket Camp the most. It's just kind of addicting formula, but you can definitely tell that a lot of effort was put in to try and make that as much in-app purchase based as they could go for, or that they could, which is kind of crap. Um, hate in-app purchases. A lot of people were mad that you had to pay $10 to get the full Super Mario Run package. I'd much rather pay a one-time fee than try to be drawn into in-app purchases. I do not buy in-game purchases a la Leaf tickets and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. So or anything like that. No buying currency. If I buy anything in a game, it's a one-time payment for like a DLC or something like that. So a Super Mario Run type formula Nintendo for mobile is much more likely to get my money than trying to pull some Animal Crossing Pocket Camp and Fire Emblem's Heroes crap. Speaking of which, I think there's actually a new Nintendo RPG on mobile. It's like Lost Drivlia or something like that. I haven't actually looked into it because it looks very much anime-y, and I'm not really into the more anime-focused kind of stuff. But I mean, that's why I thought when I saw Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I was like, yeah, that just looks weird. But I saw my friend playing it, and it was actually kind of neat, and I looked it up, and it's kind of cool. And now it's on my list of Switch games that I want to get at some point. Um, Even if it is a little too anime-ish for me, I can get over that because the gameplay looks pretty nice. See, I might look into the Lost Dragalia thing. I'm not good at pronouncing these game names. Just give me something simple like Animal Crossing, Super Mario Galaxy. I don't know. Something that is actually words and not something you made up, Nintendo. Splatoon is fine. Splatoon's fine. Um, what all games are on the list? Well, Super Mario Party, Pokken Tournament Deluxe, um, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Kind of having a brain fart, blanking out a lot. Here, let me see if I can coax my memory a little bit by just looking at some games. Let me check. But yeah, in essence, there's a whole lot. Crap. Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on that list as well. Yeah, Kirby Star Allies. I forgot about that on the list. Sushi Striker Way of Sushido. That was actually a really fun demo. I actually kind of want to pick that up at some point. Captain Toad Trigger Tracker's on there. Octopath Traveler. Um, yeah. So yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff. Mostly first party, pretty much all first party Nintendo games. I prioritize those because they feel a lot more high quality than a lot of the third party games. I used to like Lego games a lot. Then I realized they're kind of low quality. Lego games are more about the collectibles, which is fine, but overall the gameplay is pretty cheap and low quality. Not built all that well. Although I did play most of my Lego games on a Wii, which is not the most powerful console in the world. Um, Easter, Christmas, and birthday, perhaps. I don't actually get games for Easter. I get candy for Easter and some other random junk depending on the year. Like 2 years ago, I got USB speakers, and I was just kind of like, um, yeah, I don't. There's not much that still uses USB speakers, and so I ended up just getting money for those. But yeah, other years I've just gotten some random stuff, just whatever my parents think I need to have or think would be cool for me to have. I'll just get one of those things in the Easter basket along with the candy, and that's pretty much Easter. But Christmas and birthday definitely. Birthday I usually only get like one game on a birthday, but Christmas I usually get like two or three games in one, so that's a bonus. Um, the kind of weird thing is I like get all my games digitally. I don't really like physical games anymore. So they got to figure out how to get that transaction in there. Interesting stuff. So I usually just ask for just straight up Nintendo eShop funds instead of games because for some reason Nintendo doesn't actually have a $60 deposit amount available in their eShop thingamajigger. I don't know why. It goes like 10, it's like 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200. And those are like the set amounts you can deposit. I really wish they would allow you to choose a custom deposit amount for your eShop account. That's definitely an idea, Nintendo, if you are watching this podcast, which you're not. But if anyone could try to pass this information along to Nintendo, on Nintendo eShop, when we deposit funds using a credit card, we would love to be able to deposit a custom amount. Because right now, like I said, you always have to deposit $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, or $200. And those are your only options. Also, you can't store more than $200 in your eShop account, which is fine. I don't really care about that. By the time you had $200 stored up, I'd say just hurry up and buy a freaking game. But anyways, I wish there was a $60 option at least, because most games are $60, or more like a 65 because tax is a thing. I always hated tax. I mean, I understand. I mean, I'm willing to pay taxes because I understand that taxes are necessary to pay for things in government operations and stuff like that. Very important. Um, so, yeah. Philip says, I like my games as real copies. Buying things digitally just isn't the same for me. Yeah, I do personally prefer to have physical for the most part. Like, all the Wii games that I have on disc and all the 3DS and DS games I have on cartridge, I feel like I own those a lot more than I feel like I own the um, little boxes on my Switch menu screen that I don't actually have tangibly in real life. The real reason I went digital was because with the Switch being a portable console, I wanted to be able to have all my games on it. Um, to take with me everywhere and not have to carry around all the game cases with me. Because with my 3DS, I did carry all the game cases with me. I ended up needing a bag for the 3DS, which should be able to put in my pocket anyway. I didn't want to have to deal with that with the Switch. I know you can say you can take them all out of the case and they make like a little pocket pouch like this big that'll hold like 20 games in it, but I don't really want to carry that around either. Just wanted to carry my Switch around. That's all I really wanted to do. So that's why I got my games digitally. And it ended up being pretty darn useful because, like, even when I'm kind of chilling on the couch with a blanket, lights off, playing Zelda, and I want to switch over to like Mario Kart or Splatoon or something like that. I don't even have to get up off the couch. I can just hit the home button and switch over to another game without having to go switch out the cartridges manually. So it's mostly the ease of life functions that I chose to go with the digital games instead of physical games. So yeah, I mean, ideally, in a world where I had a lot of money, I would just buy two copies of every game. I buy a digital copy and a physical copy. That way, I could feel I had that physical ownership and have the physical box and have the convenience of digital downloads simultaneously. Unfortunately, though, I don't have that much money. But if I was a millionaire, or definitely if I was a billionaire, I would totally be going for two copies of every game that I wanted that way. But that's just not where the money needs to be spent now. You know what I mean? Gotta know where you're gonna spend your money. So it's actually funny. If I go to my YouTube, um, just on my phone. I just go to home. I'm gonna refresh. Yeah, the first thing that comes up is my own podcast. Lol. Just like it's kind of funny. Anyways, that's what I started to talk about. Let me title the video, like I said, kind of the big stuff this week. For roller coaster enthusiasts, I know we're all kind of freaking out over Hershey Park. Hershey Park announced that they're going to be putting in a new section of the park called Chocolate Town. It's going to be like the largest Starbucks in the northeastern United States or something stupid like that. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't care. Um, they're going to have a new restaurant, and they're already calling it an iconic Hershey Kiss fountain. Even though it's not even built yet, they just already know it's going to be iconic, so they're just rolling with it. And then um, they're also putting in a new roller coaster, which is the main part that coaster enthusiasts are going crazy about, obviously, which is going to be, they call it the tallest, fastest, sweetest coaster in the park. You can tell pretty obviously from the renderings that it's a B&M, kind of out and back at first, and it does a little bit of twister around the Chocolate Town Plaza, and then back into the really awkward brake run. Because it's kind of a brake run, then it kind of goes into like almost a bank turn into another brake run. So it's like, could just put another airtime hill there, Hershey Park. Why would you do that? But anyways, a lot of people were freaking out at first when they saw the teaser, like it's going to be a giga coaster. But then when you really look at it, the amount of space Hershey Park has to use or has to work with, the amount of space the coaster is shown taking up, there's no way that's a giga coaster. If that's a giga coaster that is that short, first of all, what's even the point of building a giga coaster that short? Second of all, if it's a giga coaster that short, it's going to be hitting those brakes pretty darn fast, which might actually explain why it has to go through a whole set of brakes, then a bank turn into more brakes. But yeah, there's no way it's a giga coaster. I've also heard Hershey Park has a height limit of like 260 feet or something like that, and giga coasters are above 300, obviously. So Hershey Park, by law, shouldn't be able to build a giga coaster anyway. So, anyways, it's kind of weird that they get a B&M Hyper though, because they already have an Intamin Hyper. Um, while I've never ridden like a large scale thrill Intamin coaster, um, it looks a lot better than the B&M Hypers. At least in my opinion, it's more rapid fire elements as opposed to the longer drawn out elements on the B&M. Personally, I like them both in different scenarios. So it's cool to have both a B&M Hyper and an Intamin Hyper at the same park. That's pretty cool. Just two completely different experiences. It just doesn't make sense from a business point to me because Skyrush is already an Intamin hypercoaster. It's already a hypercoaster. I don't see any need to install another hypercoaster. That's not doing much for the park's coaster lineup, I don't think. But the thing is, you have to look at this through a business standpoint. Obviously, coaster enthusiasts look at what a park would need to complete their, idealistic coaster lineup. Um, but from a business standpoint, they don't care about completing any coaster enthusiasts' magical, made-up, ideal coaster lineup of magicness. They just care about what's going to make money. And obviously, breaking records is how you make money in today's amusement park society. But what I find weirdest about Hershey Park's new coaster is that it's going to be the tallest and fastest in the park. However, Skyrush literally gets its name from being tall. It's currently the tallest coaster in the park. It's their Intamin Hyper. But this B&M Hyper is going to be taller than Skyrush. So it's going to be really weird for Hershey Park to have a coaster called Skyrush and be themed to nothing else other than being tall. That's literally this coaster. The entire theme of the coaster is just being tall, and it's not even the tallest in the park anymore. That seems kind of stupid. I don't really know why they went with that. But anyways, that's about it from Hershey Park. It's kind of interesting that's just the coast. That coaster is the only ride in this whole new area of the park. Like I said, new restaurants, seating area, fountain. It's basically just an enormous plaza with one ride, which is not the best use of space in my opinion. But maybe Hershey Park has a lot of extra space hanging around they're not telling us about. Who knows? Okay, so we're getting off the coaster enthusiast train and back on the Nintendo fanboy train. Philip asks, "What all Mario Party games have you played?" That is a really good question. I've played Mario Party a few times at friends' house. I've never actually owned a copy of Mario Party, but I've played it a few times at some different friends' houses. But I don't actually remember the versions of any of them. There's so many Mario Party games. It just drives me crazy. Nintendo like went through with that. It just rolled with it. Just like let's have 10 million different Mario Party games. We got to like 12 before they completely reset the series on Super Mario Party, which I think was really awesome. Because if they just called it Mario Party 13, I think I might just vomit on that whole idea. Too many Mario parties. So I don't know which ones I played. I played two or three different ones. I know that for sure. Um, all on the Wii. I think. Wait, I think there were only two Mario parties on the Wii. So maybe I just played two. I don't know. My memory is bad. Um, oh, and one more crazy thing this week for Nintendo fanboys. Nintendo announced there's going to be an updated Nintendo Switch console coming in 2019. Nintendo didn't actually announce that. An analyst on Wall Street Journal said that. Very reputable news site. This is not like a leak. This is not just a leak on Reddit or something like that. It's not even like a report from a lower down like Polygon or something. This is from Wall Street Journal, which is a very, very reputable news source that pretty much only reports the facts. And they said they know for sure that there will be an updated version of the Nintendo Switch releasing in 2019, which is kind of crazy to think about. But, you know, if Wall Street Journal is reporting this as fact, I think we can all be pretty certain that it's fact, at least in my opinion. So that's pretty dang crazy. Is there anything you want to talk about related to that? But it's pretty cool. Um, it'll definitely be interesting. Obviously, Nintendo is not going to dump support for the current Switch. They've been pushing it so hard. It's been selling so well that if they made this like the Switch 2.0 and Switch 2.0 games not compatible with the original Switch, that would be a few more nails in Nintendo's coffin. That would probably, to be completely honest, that would knock them deeper than the Wii U right now. So I figure it'll just be some minor updates. Like I'm really hoping for a 1080p screen. The current screen on the Switch is 720p, which is not bad, but it's kind of noticeable sometimes playing in handheld and tabletop mode that the resolution's not that great. So I think 1080p screen, and that's really the only thing I can think of to upgrade here. Nintendo has said before they're not interested in virtual reality on the Switch. They are not interested in 4K on the Switch. The only thing I can think of them changing is changing the display to 1080p. They can probably do some other stuff like extend the battery life. But like I said, I don't really see them doing any sort of processor improvements because that would entail games not compatible with the original Switch, which is really not a good business idea. I am not that involved in business, but I know that's really not a good business idea at this point. Philip says, "Yeah, I heard about that. Don't really have a reason to buy it." Yep, that's pretty much where I stand. They have to do something really impressive to make me buy it. If they upgrade the screen to 1080p, I'll be like, yeah, that's definitely cool. So everyone buying a Switch now can get a 1080p screen. And then maybe I will upgrade at some point, not immediately. It's not an immediate buy for me just for an updated screen, depending on the price. And you know what, Nintendo, you could do, again, if you're watching this video, listen closely, Nintendo, or someone pass this along to Nintendo. It'd be a great idea if you let people who currently had a Switch in good condition to trade in their Switch for a certain amount of money toward the new version of the Switch. That way you're still making a profit, but you can encourage people to buy the upgrade to a newer Switch because they're not having to pay all over again. They get some kind of credit for what they already have and have already bought, which I think that'd be a good idea. The real question is if they do release an updated Switch, do they stop selling the original version of the Switch or do they lower the price of the original version of the Switch? let you guys talk about that. Um, so what else do I have to talk about here? I don't really know. So Kentucky Kingdom did make their announcement for their 2019 coaster. We're back in coaster enthusiast realm here. Kentucky Kingdom did make their announcement for their 2019 roller coaster, which I covered on the channel. Only video in between the last two podcasts. So you guys probably saw that if you're real devoted to the channel. If not, it's a Gravity Group family coaster. Think like Oscar's Wacky Taxi at Sesame Place. Um, Similar style to that. I don't think it's a bad addition. Kentucky Kingdom did not have a family coaster that I'm aware of. So it's definitely great for them to have a family coaster. It just drives me crazy that the ride is called Kentucky Flyer and themed to planes, but it is a sit down wooden coaster. Can someone please explain to me how airplanes translate to sitting down on a wooden coaster? I mean, in my opinion, and I said this already, in my opinion, if you're getting a family coaster themed to planes, I think a family invert, something from Vekoma, like what Dollywood's getting next year. Next year, Dollywood is getting as part of the Wildwood Grove expansion, they're getting a Vekoma suspended family coaster, and it looks like a really awesome ride. And so I think that they should do the same thing with Kentucky Kingdom. Should have done that if they were going for a plane theme. It would have been a really awesome ride for the whole family, and it would make sense with the plane theme. I don't doubt that this new Gravity Group coaster will be a great ride. I'm absolutely sure it will be. It just doesn't make sense for the planes. I guess I just got to get over that because they're not changing that anytime soon. Kentucky Kingdom's not big on the theming. I mean, what we got? Lightning Run, Storm Chaser, Thunder Run. They like storms. So I guess somewhere in the queue for Kentucky Flyer, we're gonna have like a reference to a storm. That would be pretty funny. So yeah, I'm not sure I have that much else to talk about. So I see there are two people still watching. So if either of you want to get on the chat and ask me any questions or comment on anything, feel free to do that. But if not, I'll probably be signing off pretty soon. And so we can all get some rest heading into the new week. So that exciting stuff. Got so much work, so many projects I need to get done that I haven't put that much effort into yet. And it's really going to catch up to me pretty fast. Philip, what are your opinions on Super Mario or on Paper Mario? Never played it, don't have any interest. I've heard it's pretty good RPG series. Not that I'm not an RPG fan, but just the whole idea has never appealed to me, so I've never picked it up. Never watched gameplay or anything like that. So sorry, I'm kind of clueless in that whole realm. So I guess I don't really have an opinion on it since I haven't really seen any of it or played any of it. I just kind of didn't really seem to be my thing. So crying face. Well, sorry, I made you cry by not knowing about Paper Mario. Whatever. It's cool. One thing that's really annoying about this is when I try to stream like this, just on Safari, it doesn't work. It actually Google forces you to switch over to Chrome to live stream on YouTube using your webcam, which is really obnoxious because I know this is a really unpopular opinion, but I absolutely despise Google Chrome. People are like, Google Chrome is the best web browser. No, I much prefer Safari. Safari just works so much faster, so much better. Everything on Safari makes so much more sense. Google Chrome, in my opinion, is just a muddled mess. I might lose some subscribers for saying that, but I can't stand Google Chrome, and I can't stand when YouTube forces me to use Google Chrome to access certain functions on YouTube because it's not just live streaming. There are several other things that they say switch over to a more refined web. That's what they call it, a more refined web browser. It's not more refined. It's just more crap piled on top of crap. That's basically Google Chrome. It's just let's pile some more features on top of other features so we can make the most muddled, messy web browser currently available on the internet. But then we'll force people to download it anyway because you need to have it to use certain functions online. Well, if that's it, I'll probably be heading out of here because, oh, gotta get some sleep. Always an important thing. So thanks for everyone that came out to the podcast tonight. Thank you so much, Philip, for being the only one who actually chatted tonight. It's all right if you guys watch without chatting. That's fine too. I enjoy knowing that there are people here watching anyway. So thanks you guys for watching, and thanks to everyone. Even if you don't regularly comment or chat, just you viewing my videos regularly makes you special to me, because getting those views on the videos and seeing the viewers on my stream, that's what makes me want to keep doing YouTube. And that's my encouragement to keep pushing through all this crap that YouTube keeps throwing in everyone's face. But anyways, again, special shout out and thanks to Philip for being the only chatter on this podcast. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.